This is a Flying Cow production.
Well, hello once again, and welcome back to Movie Battles. This is the newest project on The Flying Cow. I am your host, The Flying Cow himself, Clay Johnson. Movie Battles, if you haven't seen it before, is where we take the very best of my friends who said yes, and we pit them head to head in Disney Pixar movie trivia. But I am not doing this all by my lonesome. No, I have a friend. His name is the Answer Man, Alex Lavelle. How we doing, Alex?
We're going to be all right, other than having some Toy Story stuck in my head now. But you do have a friend in me.
Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. But before we get started, I do want to give credit where credit is due. So I just want to mention that the format for this game, as well as any questions that I did not write myself, were actually sourced from the Movie Trivia Schmodown. So if you enjoy this video and you would like to see it on a wider format, check out the Movie Trivia Schmodown. Just go to theschmodownlive.com and tell them that the cow sent you. They won't have any clue what that means, but you know, giggles. So let's, before we jump into the game, though, I do want to tell you one last thing. There are two ways that you could be enjoying this game today. For our audio listeners, you can listen to us on the Flying Cow podcast feed. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify. Or if you prefer us to see us in the flesh, you can check us out on YouTube. Just look up The Flying Cow or Movie Battles. We should be right there for you. Now that we have done all of that and all of that is out of the way, just want to catch you up real quick on this tournament, and let's take a look at the tournament as it stands. So right now we have already seen Amanda Whittle Van Heil progress to the second round, as has Nikki the Nova. And we have seen Jack, the good boy Allison, defeat the maestro Chris Mitchell. Now we are just about to witness our next first round match between Watkins, the Watkins, and her opponent, the Chartmaster, Hannah Keefer. This promises to be quite an interesting match, Alex. You talked this one up in the last one, but I got to say, I think you were right on the money. Chaos versus order in this one.
That's right. I mean, charts, graphs, what's more organized than that? And you can't ask Watkins without asking what. It's unknowable.
It's true.
We have two polar opposites who could not be more different coming to the field today.
That we do. I will say Watkins is such a mystery. When I initially asked her what her favorite films were for the intro, her initial answers were Watkins, and Watkins. I wasn't sure if she was speaking in code or had just watched the wrong movies.
I think I've seen that third one.
Oh, well, that's good. I'll have to check that out. But while we are updating our to-watch list, I think it is time to introduce these competitors. What do you say?
No time like the present.
No, there's not. All right. So let's do it. Introducing first.
What's this?
Representing Watkins. Her favorite films include WALL-E, Atlantis, and Lilo and Stitch. She is a riddle, wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a mystery. She is Watkins, the Watkins. Watkins!
Hi, it's just an honor to be nominated.
I don't think you were nominated for anything, but thank you for joining us. It's great to have you.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, what do you say we bring in your competitor and her opponent, representing the list makers of the world. Her favorite films include Beauty and the Beast, Inside Out, and A Goofy Movie. When not researching Disney trivia, she enjoys taking innocent films and pitting them in a battle to the death. She is the Chartmaster, Hannah Keefer.
Hello. Back to defend my win from last time.
Absolutely. You do have quite an honor to defend your previous opponent also has a match in this tournament. We'll have to see how he does. But moving forward, this match is yours. So what do you say we go ahead and read the rules for round number 1?
I have popped popcorn in anticipation of rules.
Absolutely. So in this round, competitors will receive 8 questions from 8 random categories. The competitors will have 15 seconds to write each answer. Answers must be spoken aloud while the response is revealed. All questions in this round are worth 1 point. If either competitor gets all 8 questions correct, that will be a perfect round and they will receive a 1-point bonus question. Competitors may request a repeat up to 3 times during a match in case they didn't hear something or they just need a little bit more time. Each competitor has a challenge in case they disagree with any ruling. If their challenge is upheld, then they get to keep their challenge. There is also no stealing in this round. Do we have any questions for this round?
Oh, I'm set.
All right. Then I don't know about you, Alex, but I feel ready for a movie battle. What do you say?
I say let's do it.
Let's do it to it. All right. So your first question in round number 1 is in the category of the Disney Renaissance, which took place mostly in the 90s. Question number 1 is, the song "I'll Make a Man Out of You" can be found in what film? Nail biter already with this first question. We will have to see how they do. How are we on time there, Alex?
We are right down to the buzzer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's start with Watkins. What do we have?
What is Mulan, Clay?
Mulan is correct. You don't have to phrase it in the form of a question, but I don't mind it. So, Hannah, what did you say?
I also said Mulan. Now here's where we get to find out if I need to mirror my image. Nope, I think we're good.
You're good. You're good.
Excellent.
All right, Mulan. Mulan's all
Yours was good
around.
too.
All right.
I've got to say, if you've never seen it, go on YouTube and find the footage of Jackie Chan singing this song in Cantonese. It will not let
good.
you down.
Wow, that sounds great. All right, moving on to question number 2.
Question number 2, the dark times, the 2000s. What film involves a boy named Lewis, a brilliant inventor, who ends up time traveling to the future? I've got a word for that when it happens to me. That's a Tuesday.
Oh, well, I was about to say when I was a kid, I always wanted to be an inventor. I
In
tried to make
5,
bubbles. Didn't work.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we started with Watkins. Last question. We'll start with Hannah this time. What is your answer?
I said Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the Robinsons. Well met. That is correct. Watkins, what say you?
I also said Meet the Robinsons, but my handwriting is garbage.
Fine.
Well, we don't give or take away points for penmanship.
All right. Well, moving right along to question number 3 in the realm of Pixar. Your question is, in which film in the Toy Story franchise are Woody and Jessie nearly shipped to a toy museum in Japan? I've always wanted to go to Japan. I don't think I'd want to.
You know, I would love to too. I love the food. I'm a big old video game nerd. I actually took some Japanese in college. When it's safe to travel again, it's on the list.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Let's see those answers, starting with Watkins.
What is Toy Story 2?
Toy Story 2 is correct. Hannah.
Story 2.
Toy Story 2. So we are tied up at 3 apiece. Both perfect
And
so far.
that takes us to our 4th question. This one's about early classics from the 30s and early 1940s. In which film will you find the song I've Got No Strings on Me?
It'd be rather interesting walking around with strings on you. I don't know how you.
Yeah. I know for a fact that a certain Marvel villain is not a fan of that look.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hannah, what is your answer?
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio is correct. Watkins.
What is Pinocchio?
4-4.
all right. Moving right along to question number 5, which is the category of the CG revolution, covering the
man.
films of the 2010s. And your question: in Frozen, who provides the voice of Elsa? Elsa in Frozen.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And Watkins.
Who is Idina Menzel?
That is correct. Hannah.
Dina Menzel. Ugh.
Not have
Whole name.
accepted Adele Dazeem.
I almost put Adele Dazeem just for fun.
I was going to ask if no one else brought it up, if that would have counted. I'm glad we're all on one page.
Only if you're John Travolta. And he's
I think I have to do a John Travolta impression for that, and I don't know if I can pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't no. I think we're good.
Some things the world doesn't need to know. Which brings us appropriately to the package films category. Cue ominous music. This is, of course, from the 1940s. Question 6. In what film will you find shorts such as Johnny Appleseed, Little Toot, and Pecos Bill? I struggle to say Little Toot with a straight face.
It's pretty hard. I will say though, have you ever seen those those movies? Because some of them suck, but some of them are.
I'm sure I've seen pieces repackaged in the sing-along videos of the 90s.
Absolutely.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hannah, what's on the board?
I went with Make Mine Music.
A good guess, but unfortunately not right. Watkins, can you pull ahead?
What is melody time?
Yes, you can in fact pull ahead.
Correct.
Oh,
Good job.
Oh my god.
One of the most treacherous categories in this game.
That's right. So with 6 questions down, we stand at 6-5. And Watkins still has the opportunity to get a perfect round if she can get these next 2 questions correct. So, with question number 7, the category of classics, films from the 1950s. The question is, what Disney classic tells us that a dream is a wish your heart makes?
Lunch, by the way, or dinner, I guess at this point. That is the dream that I have, the wish my heart makes, or at least my stomach.
Yeah, it's been a while.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's start with Watkins. What do we got?
What is Cinderella?
Cinderella is correct. All right, and Hannah.
Cinderella.
Cinderella as well. All right. So, moving into the final question. Watkins still has a 1-point lead over Hannah. We'll see what she can do with that.
All right. For our 8th and final question, pending a bonus, which is still on the table, we turn to the decline in the wilderness of the 60s and 70s. In 1977's The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the segment known as Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day marks the introduction of what famous character? This is truly, I think, the most important movie to come out of 77, like the biggest cultural touchstone.
Yeah.
Certainly the most profitable for Disney, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, cartoons, other movies.
Can you repeat the question?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. In 1977's The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the segment known as Winnie the Pooh and the Blustery Day marks the introduction of what famous character?
Yeah, I loved Winnie the Pooh as a kid. I had a recurring dream that he lived in my bathroom.
Oh, that's one place for Pooh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hannah, what say you?
Well, I couldn't remember what was most likely the actual answer, so I went with Heffalumps.
A good guess.
Because I don't think they're in any of the other ones.
A fun answer to say. Not correct, unfortunately. Watkins, can you get this right and earn yourself a bonus question?
Piglet? Oh no.
Unfortunately, no. His top is made of rubber. His bottom is made of string. It's Tigger.
Yep. T-I-G-E-R.
You sure it's been Blustery Day?
It's a segment within the film.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the verge of wanting to challenge that because I thought that the other segment with Tigger came first.
No, it's his first one in the film.
So weird. Okay. Okay.
I mean, we can look it up if you want.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I almost want to, but I'll let it go. I'll trust you.
Who?
You heard it here first.
All right. Well, then at the end of round number 1, we have Watkins with a 1-point lead of 7-6. So let us move right into round number 2. Round number 2, which is also known as the wheel round. Each competitor will spin the wheel. Competitors will have the opportunity to spin the wheel twice. If they do not like the category that they spin first, then they can spin again, unless, of course, they land on opponent's choice, in which case their turn is over and their opponent will pick a category for them. The competitors will get 4 questions in that chosen category. Questions are worth 2 points apiece. They have the option to go to multiple choice. However, if they do so, their value of the question will drop to 1 point. Competitors have 15 seconds to answer each questions. Opponents may steal if the competitor gives the incorrect answer. Repeats and challenges are still in effect for this round. Are there any questions for these rules?
Do we also have to write these answers down?
No, you do not.
Okay, cool.
All right. So moving into round number 2, let's go ahead and pull up the wheel. Let me make sure. Yes, this is your wheel. So, Watkins, you are in the lead. So you get the choice. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to defer to your opponent?
I will go first.
All right. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel. And you have landed on the dark times. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I'll keep it.
Okay. All right. So Watkins is going to keep the dark times. So we will ask her questions for that.
The Dark Times is the period before the Renaissance, yes?
No, it's the period after the Renaissance. It's the 2000s.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. All right. So I will be asking Watkins her 4 questions in the realm of the dark times. So, question number 1. The Emperor's New Groove is a depiction of what ancient culture?
What is the Aztecs?
That is incorrect. Hannah, for 2 points, you have the chance to steal. Let me repeat the question for you. The Emperor's New Groove is a depiction of what ancient culture?
I'm going to guess the Incans.
The Incans is correct for a 2-point steal. 2-point steal. All right. So let's move forward to question number 2. Your question, Watkins. What is the subtitle to the 2000s era film Atlantis?
What is the Lost Empire?
That is correct for 2 points. All right. So with the last question, she went down by 1, and now I think she's back up by 1. So
That is correct. It is 9-8.
9-8. All right. So let's move forward with question number 3. That question is, in The Princess and the Frog, what type of animal is Ray, who is in love with a star?
What is a lightning bug?
Firefly or lightning bug, both are acceptable. Yes, absolutely. So that's for 2 points. All right, moving into your final question in round number 2. What actor, director, and screenwriter plays the title role in Chicken Little?
Can I get a multiple choice?
Multiple choice, absolutely. So your options are: is it A, Zach Braff, B, Gary Marshall, C, Jason Segel, or D, Wallace Shawn?
Can you repeat the answers, not the question?
Yes, and you can have one repeat for free on the options. So those options are: is it A, Zach Braff, B, Gary Marshall, C, Jason Segel, or D, Wallace Shawn?
I'm gonna like ballpark Jason Segel. See, I don't know.
That incorrect. Hannah, you have the opportunity to steal. Give me an opportunity to repeat the question for you. That question is: what actor, director, and screenwriter plays the title role in Chicken Little? Is it A, Zach Braff, B, Gary Marshall, C, Jason Segel, or D, Wallace Shawn?
It is Zach Braff.
It is Zach Braff. So that brings them, I believe they're tied once again. Is that correct, Alex? Or
That is not.
no, you're right.
Watkins is currently at 11
Yeah.
Yes.
to Hannah's 9.
All right.
That makes more sense.
All right. Yeah. Sorry.
I'll take the extra point. It's fine.
Well, yeah. Okay. So
Clay was distracted imagining Wallace Shawn from Princess Bride saying the sky is falling in that voice.
if I had time to compose myself, I'd try a rendition for you, but I don't. So let's go ahead and bring up the wheel for Hannah. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel for you, Hannah. Here we go. You have landed on movie quotes. Would you like to keep it or spin again?
I feel pretty good with that one. Let's give it a shot.
All right. So we are going to move.
I may regret that, but we'll see.
Sure. You are going to move forward with movie quotes. So here we go in the category of movie quotes.
Your first question. Finish this quote from Alice in Wonderland. The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of other things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of blank and blank.
Of cabbages and kings.
And why the sea is boiling hot and whether pigs have wings. That is correct. I owe knowing that quote to Harriet the Spy.
Oh.
In what film will you find the line, that's not a real name, in Iceland, but here it's a good name?
Oh, I can hear it.
You still have your repeats.
Repeat it one more. Repeat it one time, if you would.
In what film will you find the line, that's not a real name, in Iceland, but here it's a good name?
They're welcoming somebody who has a name, and the other character like jogs them in the side. Like I can picture it. I just don't know what it's from. Let me just. What is a Disney movie where Iceland definitely exists?
Remember, you can go multiple choice.
Oh yeah, let me do that.
I wish I'd done that for my first
I
question.
forgot that was an option. Do multiple choice.
Me too.
Option A, 101 Dalmatians. B, Chicken Little. C, Lilo and Stitch. D, Frozen 2.
I believe it's Lilo and Stitch.
That is correct.
It's been a long
For
time
1
since I
point.
saw that one.
In what film will you find a character talk about what Old Reliable used to say?
I believe that's Lady and the Tramp.
That's correct.
You believe correctly.
It's number 4 on my Disney chart.
Oh, well, there you go.
And your final question of this round. In what film will you find more than one henchman complain about little arms and ill-conceived plans?
Hey, can I get multiple choice on this one as well?
Absolutely. Option A, Treasure Planet. B, Atlantis, the Lost Empire. C, Home on the Range. D, Meet the Robinsons.
Well, that didn't clear anything up at all. Let's go with A, whichever one A was.
A was Treasure Planet, which
Let's
is
do it.
unfortunately not the right answer.
Shoot.
Watkins, can you steal for a point? In what film will you find more than one henchman complain about little arms and ill-conceived plans? Is it A, Treasure Planet, B, Atlantis, the Lost Empire, C, Home on the Range, D, Meet the Robinsons?
What is D? Meet the Robinsons?
Tiny arms, like what one would find on a T-Rex in Meet the Robinsons.
Right.
Little arms. I don't think this plan was thought through. All right. So
The most memorable Disney film with a dinosaur in it.
Ooh, burn.
more memorable than the one called Dinosaur. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, at the end of round number 2, Hannah has pulled into the lead with, I believe, 14 points. Is that correct, Alex?
That is correct by my count.
And Watkins is only down by 2 with 12.
Still very much anybody's game.
Absolutely. So let us go right into round number 3. So in round number 3, competitors will pick 3 numbers from 1 to 20 that correspond to 3 random categories. Each competitor gets 3 questions. Questions are worth 2, 3, and 5 points respectively. Competitors have 15 seconds to answer each question. There is no stealing or multiple choice in this round, and repeats and challenges are still in effect. I will say, just so you girls know, you've both only used 1 repeat, I believe, so you both still have 2.
Perfect.
All right. So, Hannah, you are in the lead. So you have the opportunity to choose your numbers first. What 3 numbers would you like?
Let's do 18, 19, and 20.
18, 19, and 20. All right. And Watkins, what about you?
Let's do 8, 9, and 10.
8, 9, and 10. There's something to be said for symmetry. Let's do it. 8, 9, and 10. All right. So Watkins will have the opportunity to answer her questions first. She's only down by 2. So if she gets this question correct, then it will hop right back to Hannah. But if not, she will have the opportunity to answer her 3-point question. So, Watkins, you chose number 8,
Okay.
which correlates to the category of the CG revolution, the 2010s.
Okay.
And your question for 2 points. In Moana, what is the name of the goddess who has her heart stolen by Maui?
What is Tafiti?
Tafiti is correct for 2 points. All right, so that she knocks it right back to Hannah. So, Alex, You got this.
I got this. Hannah, your first question. You chose the number 18, which correlates to the category Oscars. The Lion King had 3 songs nominated for Best Original Song. Which song won?
I'm gonna say, "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?"
That is correct.
Correct. All right. So she knocks it right back to Watkins, who chose the number 9 for her 3-point question. And that is in the category of early Pixar. These are films from the 90s to 2009. Your question. What is the title of Chef Gusteau's cookbook, as well as his motto in Ratatouille?
What is Anyone Can Cook?
That is correct for 3 points.
Wow.
I only knew that because I remembered the recent opening number from the Ratatouille musical. Anyone can cook.
All right. So
All right.
with 1 point advantage, she knocks it back to Hannah for her 3-pointer.
All right, Hannah, you chose number 19 for your 3-pointer. That's the category John and Alan. Alan Tudyk has appeared in the majority of the films in the CG revolution. In which film did he make his debut?
I'm not feeling confident about this, but I'm gonna say Wreck-It Ralph.
Taking a swing that pays off. Wreck-It Ralph is correct.
That was the only one I remembered him being in.
Phew.
Point.
That means we are back to Watkins.
Yeah. So that brings
No pressure here.
Yeah, that brings Watkins to her 5-point question. Now, if Watkins can get this correct, then she will knock it back to Hannah. However, if she misses, then Hannah will be our winner. All right, so here we go. She chose category number 10, which corresponds to recent Pixar for her 5-point question. Here it is. Who provided the voices for Stan and Inez, the Bass couple, who try to help a young Dory in the beginning of Finding Dory?
Oh my God. Who is Kristen Wiig and John Hamm? I have no idea.
And your winner, the Chartmaster, Hannah Keefer. The correct answer we were looking for was Bill Hader and Kate McKinnon. You were so close.
That was very close.
Yeah.
LOL.
Yeah.
You're just like in the wrong alternate universe. That's all.
Wild.
One universe to the left.
Really, really close. But great match from both of you. I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys
Wow.
turn the cameras off.
Sure.
And bring you back in just a second for your post interviews. Okay, I know we said the last match was the best one we'd seen yet, but this one was so good.
Well, look, we said it before. These are 2 cosmological forces on the battlefield. They're going to be evenly matched. They've played out over billions, trillions of years, the entire history of the universe. And frankly, just a little more organization wins the day here. So organized, first name spelled backwards, forwards the same way.
True.
It's hard to compete with that.
Absolutely. It absolutely is. But I want to go ahead and bring in Watkins, who, I mean, she may have come up on the short end of the stick, but my goodness, did she put in an amazing match today. Like,
Fantastic.
yeah, absolutely. So
Hello.
Watkins, great match, really great match.
Thank you.
I mean, you know, like I said, you may have come up short, but like that was a winning performance. In any other match, it probably would have won the day.
I am shocked myself. I wanted to throw up the whole time.
Well, I mean, was there ever a point that I mean, how was it going up against Hannah? Was it nerve-wracking? Did you feel like she had your number the whole time, or did you feel at any point that you could squeak this out?
I felt like we were pretty evenly matched. I had no idea what to expect. But I think you said organization wins the day. Also, having done this before, I think she had it on me there, being the veteran.
Might have helped a little. I will say though, with the stellar performance that you put in today, I'm hoping that we might have you back at some point.
I mean, keep doing Disney stuff, and I will be here.
All right, we'll have to bleep that out, but it's okay. Yeah, no, that's
Well,
great.
damn it! If you keep doing Disney things, I might never return.
No problem. All right. Well, thank you so much, Watkins. It was great to see you. Great match, and hope to have you back.
Thank you guys so much. This was a blast. Congratulations, Hannah.
All right. So let's go ahead and bring in our victor for today, the Chartmaster herself, Hannah Keefer. Hannah, that was a match.
That was I was thinking when you said that last 5-pointer, I was like, oh man, if that had been my last one, if she had gotten it, tossed it to me, I would not have known that. Like I was like, I'm so glad she got that question, because I would not have gotten anywhere near as close as she did even.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I will say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, but I think this is one of the only matches where the lead traded back and forth as this one did.
I don't think any match has gone back and forth this many times. We had at least 4, maybe 5 changes in who controlled the board across this game. That's maybe as many as every other match combined.
It was
perfectly balanced.
Yeah, super close, super impressive. But with this win, I believe, yes, if memory serves me, this means that you are moving on to the second round to face the winner of one of our previous matches, the fairest, Amanda Whittle Van Heil. So I know you didn't see that earlier match, but I mean, she was pretty impressive. How are you feeling going into the next round?
Oh, you know, the thing about Disney is that for me, my knowledge has huge blind spots. And so I was worried about that going in. You know, Watkins listed a couple of her favorites as being movies from an era that I don't know a lot from. And so if Amanda's blind spots, or if Amanda's biggest knowledge is in my blind spot, there's not much I can do about that. So it's always just crossing my fingers and hoping that what I have will carry me through.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, whatever happens, we're looking forward to seeing it coming up. So good luck to you. And thanks for stopping by.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Alex, that finishes up our first round matches. What did you think about this first round of matches?
I think we have seen across the board excellent performances. Certainly anyone who played today would have beaten me at this game. No question of that. I think they've all done a fantastic job. I am excited to see how those who move on to the next round fare against each other. I think we're going to see some more interesting reversals. This last match was, I hope, a taste of the kind of back and forth that we're going to get as we move ahead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think it can only get better from here. So with that being said, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and check us out next time when we will be moving into the second round, the semifinals of this Disney Pixar trivia tournament, which will see Jack, the good boy Allison, going up against Nikki, the Nova Baldwin. We'll see you later. Remember, you only have 30 seconds to do so, though, and then we will move on into the rest of the match. All right. So
grow up.
Well, that would be interesting. Just don't do it on your camera, because that just takes a while.
In that 30 seconds, that's your time.
That's my intro.
Oh, we just learned a lot about Watkins.